I always thought one of the interesting things is women would never tell each other how much money they made, you know, and to me it's sort of like, why wouldn't you help somebody else by saying, well, I'm doing a similar job, here's what I'm being paid. That's helpful. It's like the big secret. Nobody ever talks about money. And I try to be really open and transparent with all my friends and talking about money, because I feel like I notice when they won't talk about it. And I think it's one of the things that really keeps women back.
Right, because they don't have to pay us as much because none of us talk about it.
Right.
So we see these reports
know
that we make, you know, 80 cents or 60 cents on the dollar compared to a man in the same position.
That's interesting.
I think that women were also very competitive with each other, you know, starting sort of 70s, 80s. There, you know, when women were new in the workplace, they were competitive, and
they were fighting for very few positions. They wanted to be the woman that was most respected. Right. That's why. I mean, and that's
if someone else has the job, they don't. Well, that's what they're taking away from.
But that's what I'm talking about. We being our own worst enemies, because if we stood together and supported each other and helped each other. Because guys do that. That's why, you know, a lot of people move up the ladder just based on relationships and friendships and politics. You know, we have never done that before. Certainly not in the business world. It may be different, you know, in other worlds, but in the business world, it certainly has not been the case.
In the nonprofit world, they do help each other.
Oh, Judy has introduced me to women executives who run these nonprofits, and we've sat in rooms, and it's amazing because you really do tear up. And
exactly. You were talking about the power of, you know, the women in film when we did the Crystal Lucy Awards, and it's the power of women. It was interesting this year because there was an executive who is had breast cancer and had a double mastectomy, then had chemotherapy, then she was doing radiation, then she was having a hysterectomy, and it was on and on and on. And the power of the industry, her story was that the power of the industry was not about being in front or behind the camera. It was about women coming together to help women who are suffering with cancer, and how they all were right there for her. And it was this amazing amount of support that women can give to each other. It's not about business, it's about every facet of their life. It was such a great story, and she was truly, and Deanna was there, she truly was, I think, one of the highlights of the entire evening.